Namaskar, myself Dr. Santosh Kumar Mahapatra, an Odisha based columnist as well as economist. Today I will discuss about the austerity measures taken by both central and state governments. As we know, coronavirus crisis or COVID-19 pandemic has triggered not only health crisis but humanitarian crisis, economic crisis of gargantuan proportion. It has created uncertainty, trepidation, consternation in the mind of people. We all know life is uncertain as everybody will succumb to the inexorable journey of time. But coronavirus crisis has made life more uncertain and nobody is sure what will happen tomorrow. Though people have yet to abdicate their arrogance, ego, jealousy, or a political ambition at the cost of human values. So when thing is out of when crisis seems to be out of control and nobody is sure about future till preventive medicine is invented or the any remedy is found. In that crisis, all governments around the world has got certain responsibility, including India. But recently, both central government and state government has taken austerity measures. The reason behind that, shrinking revenues, increasing expenditures. Exactly, there is no increased expenditure as it is propagated. If it increase, it is not huge margins. Rather, there is shrinkage of budget sides. But what is noticeable, there is a decline in revenue generation both in central government as well as state governments. Revenue generation of Odisha government has also declined. Central government tax GDP ratio has declined from nearly more than 11%, which it was more than 11% in 2017 and 18. It has declined to 9.8% in 2019 and 20. Of course, only 8 days of lockdown is included in that financial year. So if current financial year or current fiscal is taken into consideration, there will be huge reduction in revenue generation. Even in 2019 and 20, when the revised budget was placed in the month of July, total revenue received, targeted, or estimated or pegged was reduced by 1.45 lakh crores from its original budget. And recently, Central Board of Direct Tax report says, again from the revised estimate, total receipt is likely to decline by 1.50 lakh crores. So it is the whether it is failure of government or economic contraction, the revenue shortage of revenue is major problems for which government has taken resort to austerity measures. Before going to austerity measures, I would like to say that already coronavirus afflicting India or crippling Indian economy, already Indian economy was slowing down. Unemployment rate was 6.1% in 2017 and 18, which was 45 years high. Consumer spending was 4-decade low. In Indian history, first time employment was reduced. There was depreciation of rupee or decline of the value of rupee, and there was high consumer price inflation. All such problems was witnessed before corona afflicting Indian economy. Even latest growth figure of 2019-20 says Indian growth has been reduced to 4.2%, which is around 13 years low. So it means economy was slowing down before corona afflicting India, and it has been further aggravated due to impact of coronavirus. Now, as far as decline of revenue is concerned, government has option either to raise revenue by taxing the rich or imposing new tax, wealth tax, or inheritance or other tax, or recover the tax locked in dispute, or corp tax evasion. There are some sources which government is not exploring. Other method is government can raise the fiscal deficit and as well as borrowing. But government wants to contain fiscal deficit within certain limit. It was, though there is a relaxation. What is the important thing? Government has allowed state government to raise their fiscal deficit or borrowing limit from 3% of GDP, state GDP, to 5%. But from this 2%, only 0.5% is unconditional, where 1.5% is conditional. So state cannot increase their fiscal deficit more than 3.5%. If they increase more than this, till 5%, they have to maintain certain conditionality. They have to take some reform measures which may not be possible for them. So it is, I think it is a contravention of the cooperative federalism, because central government has got a high responsibility towards helping the state government. The success of a center or a Indian economy also depends upon strength of the economy of various states. So as far as austerity measure, government does not like to resort to more borrowing, because the debt GDP ratio or fiscal deficit as percent of GDP ratio will increase. So if you want to curtail expenditure, particularly there will be no recruitment or a vacancy remaining any position remaining vacant will not be fulfilled or will not be filled. There will be no new schemes. So while center adopted, states are following them. So there is no meaning blaming states, because state has a limited capacity to raise resources. After GST, its capacity has been reduced a lot. So when center is not allowing, so state is handicapped. So in particular period, center has got a mammoth responsibility in that regards. But some austerity measures are taken. But how far these austerity measures will help to revive the economy or will be helpful in present conditions? First thing we must know, we need expansionary policy. we need more spending, because austerity measure is part of contractionary policy which will squeeze the economic activities. At present time, India is plagued by both demand compression as well as supply constraint. Supply side problem can be eased or relieved when there will be free movement of people and no restriction on business and economic activities. Unless such limit restriction are lifted, supply side problem cannot be solved. The supply side measures like taken by such as reduction of interest rate or infusion of liquidity seems to be impractical, as no such major impact in present context. So problem is demand sides and raising the demands, raising the purchasing power of people, then aggregate demands, then economic growth and economic activities. Here I would draw the attention of a theory by Keynes that is known as paradox of thrift. It means during recessions, if people save more, consume less or spend less, then aggregate demand declines. So automatically growth is affected. And particularly in present times now, people are forced to spend less and save more. They are saving more because uncertainty of future and scope for spending is also affected due to restriction of mobility or economic activities or business activities. So when they are saving more, automatically aggregate demand is affected. So ultimately it will affect the economic growth, economic activities and economic development, everything. So in that time, austerity measure is much detrimental to the health of a economy. Even many economists has given me various views regarding this. As far as European and US economies is concerned, they have adopted after global crisis. They have also some adapted austerity measures which proved detrimental to economy. Even Nobel laureate Paul Krugman, who is also a columnist, he says that spending cut in depressed economy is detrimental. Many theory says it is proved in foreign economy or with different conditions. Spending cuts or austerity measures have an impact on the economy, employment and growth. It will lead to inequality, squeeze of job and many other dangerous things. The argument that debt is unsustainable, fiscal deficit is bad because it will hurt the investors' sentiments, it will lead to inflation, is not always correct, because by borrowing, if the government does not increase borrowing, that means it will spend less, so economic activity will affect, growth will decline. Ultimately, due to decline of GDP, debt as percentage of GDP or fiscal deficit as percent of GDP will automatically rise. This is a contractionary nature. But in expansionary nature, if the government will spend by borrowing or deficit, then economic growth, economic activities will be spurred. So debt or fiscal deficit as percent of GDP may not rise, even may decline. Even the country which have adopted expansionary policy in time of recessions or created more government jobs. They have progressed a lot, they have developed a lot. Many economists also, or many in advanced countries, it has been proved. Many also argue that due to fiscal deficit, burden is shifted to future generation who have to pay. But here I want to remind that today present crisis is something different from other crises. Here question of survival humanity is at stake. Nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. So if even fiscal deficit leads to an inflation or a future rise of debt in future, expenditure should not be curtailed, rather it should be increased. And if present civilization is present, people do not live, what about future generation? And even what we have seen, there is a mammoth rise of debt, global debt or debt of various countries. But question is, who are beneficiary of this debt? It is the richer section of the society, corporate section of the society. The debt-induced growth has benefited the richer section of the society, where vulnerable section of the society has biggest sufferers. So in present context, when government expenditure is necessary, there is need to ignore the constraint of a deficit or a borrowing. Particularly, if people do not spend or government do not spend, then who will come to invest? Invest will come or invest will happen when the product created by investor is purchased by people. And particularly, every expenditure creates jobs, whether it is private expenditure or public expenditure, indirectly create jobs for others. While private expenditure is not equitable, public expenditure is equitable. When private expenditure is not coming up, private company are fearful to spend or invest, then government should come forward to invest and spend more. So if government resort to austerity measure, then it will boomerang, it will backfire, and it will push the economy into downturn. So in particular time, there is a need for a expansionary policy, not contractionary policy. There is a need for spending, but the fiscal package, our entire world is $11 trillion or 11,000 billion dollar, of which around 50% is fiscal outgo or government spending around. But our fiscal outgo in 20 lakh package is nearly 1 to 1.5% of GDP, or it is around nearly 2 lakh crores. So it is very less. So in that time, in particular this crisis, what is important is spending by government in infrastructure, health and various sectors, ensuring cash transfer to the vulnerable section of the society. And most important thing is increasing the health expenditure, because health expenditure of India is one of the lowest in the world, ranging from 1% to 1.3% of a GDP. So particular this time, only free movement of people or natural business activities can sustain growth and economic activities. So people can move freely if they will be out of fear, if they will easily get health facilities, they will be easy access to testing facilities or treatment of COVID, they will have less fear that if somebody thinks if I am affected, I have immediately can get tested, I can get a treatment. So huge expenditure is necessary in particularly health sector in present times. Government has lost revenue around 1.7 lakh crores due to corporate tax concession, but it has given fiscal package little bit more than this. So our tax GDP ratio or the shrinkage of revenue is not because of the masses. Masses are paying tax through indirect taxes. It is because of rich not paying tax or corporate not paying tax according to their capacity, or there is a tax evasion. So many problems associated with the economic activities or economic policy. So it is high time that government should rethink, should create more jobs, create more, make more spending, particularly health infrastructures, and spur the economy. And people should be fearless to move. Until people are not fearless to move, problem cannot be supplied, and any measure cannot address the supply constraint. And it is time government should reverse its austerity measures. It's the responsibility of central government to see that states do not face any problems in relating to finance. It should provide the increased aid, granting aid, or transfer of money. And ultimately, if government is not in a position to borrow or not to increase the fiscal deficit by certain amount, it must to resort to monetization of spending through monetization of a deficit. That means Reserve Bank will print currency, government will borrow through banks. Another method, government can resort to helicopter money, and some countries are thinking, government is also contemplating but has not taken step. So whatever the future economic consequence of expenditure may be, it is necessary for the survival of a society, and giving treatment, huge expenditure is necessary. Thank you.